Hey folks, welcome. Here we discuss real stories by real people. Today we have the story of a man whose wife falls in love with her gym trainer. Let's see how it goes. Story 1. My 25 male girlfriend 24 and I have been dating for 4 years. For the first year, we were in a long-distance relationship, but then I moved to her state to be with her. We lived there for a couple years, but we moved back home to take care of my mother. She has MD, as she couldn't really work anymore and take care of the bills on her own. When I met my girlfriend, we'll call her Emma, I had just gotten out of a pretty bad relationship with my ex, we'll call her Rachel, who I had been with since sophomore year of high school. She was controlling during the relationship, and after I broke up with her, she wouldn't leave me alone. Emma was okay with this for a while because she knew I didn't have any feelings for Rachel. But then she asked me to remove Rachel from my phone, social media, and such, and I obliged because I really should have done that to begin with. Rachel left us alone for a while as she was in a new relationship, but then that didn't work out. She was living with the man, cheated, he threw her out, etc. I'll spare the details on that one. There was a lot of drama in her trying to talk to my mother and live with her, and Emma was convinced she was trying to get me back by getting in my mother's good graces. My mother did not let her live with her, of course, but Emma was still worried that Rachel was up to something. I assured her that Rachel probably just asked my mother because she's not close with her family and has always been close with mine. We dated when we were kids, but I did not have feelings for her anymore. Before we moved back, we were waiting for our lease to end. We visited home to attend my close friend from high school's wedding. Emma was nervous to attend because Rachel would be there, as she was part of our circle back in high school. We were sat at a table with Rachel and her 2 siblings, her 19-year-old brother and her 21-year-old sister, my mother, and a couple of old friends and their family members. Everything was fine. Emma had been talking with another old friend and Rachel by association. I had been all over the place, saying hi to old friends and their families, but Emma seemed fine at the table with everyone. The night ended well, and we had stayed there for a couple days. Now, I'm not sure what the fuck happened from then and now, but somehow, someway, it did. Soon after we moved back here, Emma had been able to land a great job. Things were looking good. She and I were able to care for my mom. For a while, though, we were working a lot of opposite shifts. She's paid well but has to work weekends and nights more often than not. And my job schedule never changes, it's always weekdays. So here goes. A couple weeks ago, I went to a party at another close friend from high school's house whom was in our circle. Lo and behold, Rachel was there. Emma was working late that night, so she was not with me. This was the first time I had seen Rachel alone since I had started dating Emma. Nothing to worry about. I love Emma and would never hurt her. Rachel, however, got shit-faced and of course started hitting on me, following me around, trying to get me to talk with her alone. I kept refusing, telling her I'm in a committed relationship. When she then said something along the lines of, "She's not committed to you, she fucked my brother." I know her brother. I knew him when he was barely hitting puberty, for Christ's sake. We've always had a pretty good relationship, so I just brushed it off as her being drunk and trying to say things to sabotage my relationship. It sounded so far-fetched, there was no reason to believe it, right? Well, it kept eating away at me. And a couple days ago, I snuck onto Emma's Facebook and looked at her messages. I was devastated. There were messages between the 2 of them, talking about that night and how she regretted it and it can never happen again. I can't even comprehend what the fuck is going on. I'm so angry. All of those times I protected her insecurities with my ex. And then she goes and cheats on me with my ex's brother of all people? How does this shit even happen? I know we've been working separate shifts a lot, but she could have fucking told me that she wasn't happy instead of cheating on me with my ex-girlfriend's 19-year-old brother. My worst nightmare has just come true. I love this girl with all my heart, and I don't know if it's something we can work past. I know first I have to confront her about this, but I'm stuck. I don't want to lose her, but it makes me sick to even look at her right now. It's a delicate situation. She's bringing in a lot of the money right now, and she helps out with my mother a lot too. Maybe she resents me because of this, I don't know. But I'm not sure I can properly take care of my mother without her, especially when right now I'm falling apart. What do I do, Reddit? Has anyone here worked past the situation? Has anyone here worked past a situation where their SO cheated and they've moved on? Update. I confronted Emma on the situation after waiting a day to cool off. I sat her down and asked her if she's been fully honest with me in our relationship. She said she has. I took that as her opportunity to tell me, but she didn't. I then told her that Rachel had told me at the party that she had slept with her younger brother. I asked Emma if that was true. She started getting mad and calling Rachel foul names, saying she was trying to ruin our relationship by making up lies. I kept calm throughout all of this, but had to leave the room. She came in after me, kissing all over me and hugging me, telling me she loves me and only me and would do anything for me. The more she provoked me, the more it angered me. I yelled for her to give me her laptop. I lost my cool and raised my voice, and I'm not proud. She fought it for a little bit, and I told her to give me the laptop or she can leave my mother's house. I don't know why I did that, as if I wasn't planning on already kicking her out. But it was in the heat of the moment, and I was hoping that somehow what I had saw was some misunderstanding. So hopelessly in love with this girl that I somehow had hope. I'm a dumbass. I took her laptop and showed her the Facebook message. And continuing on being heated, I looked through the rest of them right in front of her face. She was crying, and I found a message from some guy I don't even know from 2 years ago, talking about when they were gonna meet up and fuck again. I was dumbfounded. I did not know about this other guy. When I went on her Facebook before, I felt guilty for snooping. I just got the information I needed and left her page. But now I find out this. She was crying beside me, saying how much she regretted and that the first time was when I was being distant and the second time she didn't see me that much and did not premeditate cheating but made a drunken mistake. I don't believe anything she says and refuse to let her place blame on me for her cheating. So, end of story, I kicked her out. I don't know how I'm gonna move forward. I feel heartbroken, hurt, and lost. I don't know how I'm going to emotionally move on. But even worse, I don't know how I'm gonna take care of my mother. I might just have to do some job searching and hope I get a better paying job. I do feel better though, knowing I stood up for myself and that I didn't continue to rely on someone who did not give a shit about me. I didn't want to be pathetic. I'll figure this out on my own. And I don't need to stay with someone who doesn't respect me. You held on to your values, self-respect, and dignity, and that's what truly matters in life. You've shown that you're a person of integrity. It's a shame that the woman you were involved with turned out to be trouble. Thankfully, you figured it out before getting married or having kids. Consider yourself fortunate. Many guys aren't as lucky. Best of luck to you. Comments. You're not pathetic at all. In fact, you're a strong, brave man for kicking this cheating skank out of your life and not listening to her pathetic mewling crap about making a drunken mistake and blah blah blah. You should be proud of yourself for making the best decision for you and not listening to your cheating stain of an ex-girlfriend. Now, take some time to heal, go full no contact, journal your feelings of anger if you need to, channel your energy into hobbies and exercise, and get healthy enough to try again with a better girl next time. You can do it, OP. You dodged a bullet with this jerk ass and you'll do much better in the future. You made the right decision under the circumstances. She not only lied, then denied, but then you found evidence of a further indiscretion you didn't even know about. Nope. I think there's a scope for forgiveness over one indiscretion, where the person becomes honest when asked. I don't believe they should necessarily confess. See my post on your original thread. But this? Nope. Story 2. My girlfriend's been getting on well with my friend and I felt that something was up. Just little things like her smiling a lot and laughing too much at his jokes. I talked to her about it and she admitted having a little crush on him. I told her I'm not mad at her and that she can't help how she feels, but I need time to think about us now. She's desperate for us to stay together, but the more I think about it, the more I think that we need to split up. I do trust her, and I don't believe she would do anything with him, but I'm crushed that she has feelings for someone else. I feel like my only options are either breaking up with her or cutting her out when I go with friends, which would be unfair on her, as she tells me she has more fun with my friends than she does with her own friends. Call me insecure, but I can't deal with having my girlfriend spend time with a guy who she has a crush on. Has anyone got advice on how to deal with this? Update 1. After being told I was overreacting in the original thread, I had a long talk with my sister. She assured me that I was not overreacting and that I was doing the right thing leaving her. She stated that in the 12 years she's been with her husband, she's never had a crush on another guy. She helped me realize that my girlfriend has emotionally cheated by letting herself get feelings for him, and my girlfriend would have carried on seeing him letting her feelings develop if I never called her out on the way she was acting with him. I talked to my now ex-girlfriend and told her it was over. It went how I expected, with her crying and saying it's just a silly crush. But if she loved me as much as she says, then she would not get feelings for someone else. I don't know what to tell my friends when they find out that we've broke up, as I don't want him to know that she has feelings for him. If he finds out, then I wouldn't be surprised if something happens between them, and if anything ever does happen between them, then our friendship will be over. Update 2. After everyone in the last thread insisted I was crazy and overreacted, I started to doubt myself, so I made the same thread on another forum for more opinions, and funnily enough, everyone there was in unanimous agreement that I had made the right decision. I had been on NC since we broke up, but I gave in and she came to see me yesterday. She said she would do whatever it takes to make it work between us, and I told her I was unsure if things would be the same between us. But still, she spent the night with me. She admitted that she was not innocent and that she made no effort to fight her crush, and agreed that she would spend less time with him. For now, we are friends with benefits and will spend Christmas apart. I'll be watching her interactions with my friend closely, and if her behavior around him doesn't change, then we'll not be getting back together. Edit. Maybe I'm being unfair, but I feel she could have handled it better. She never attempted to fight her crush on him, but rather she encouraged it. For instance, when I would leave his place to get food or something, usually she would go with me, but lately she would stay with him. Before, when I invited her out with him, quite often she wouldn't feel like going, while lately she would never pass up the chance to spend time with him. She only admitted having a crush on him because I confronted her about it and told her it was becoming very obvious to me that she likes him as more than a friend, and it was making me uncomfortable. She would have continued letting her crush develop if I had not said anything. I'm honestly not trying to punish her by being FWB. I'm desperate for it to work out between us, but if she continues being flirty with him, and if she doesn't make a conscious effort to get over him, then I want to be able to walk away, and that's why I'm hesitating about getting back together right now. I think I agree. Having a crush on the best friend is just too close to home. If it was on a friend OPC's every blue moon, that'd have been fine in my opinion. But someone that you frequently run into, and the fact that she was trying to have alone time with him would have eventually led to disastrous consequences. OP shouldn't let her back in his life.